be talking about equations, and we're going to go ahead and just skip the warm-up for this lesson and jump right into an example. So looking at our first example, we want to solve each equation. And whenever you solve an equation, I want you to always start by drawing a line through the equals sign, because that will tell me how to get to my two sides. And make sure we don't mix up numbers on either sides. And now I've got 7 minus the quantity of 4 squared minus 10 plus n. Obviously I have to start inside my parentheses, and I've got an exponent in there. So I'm going to do 4 squared first, so I get 7 minus 16 minus 10 plus n equals 10. Then I'm going to do 7 minus 16 minus 10 is 6 plus n equals 10. And 7 minus 6 is 1 plus n equals 10. And we're going to talk more about how to actually solve an equation. But for now, I want you to just find a number that you can plug in for n that works. So 1 plus what would give me 10? And hopefully you all can realize that n would have to equal 9. 1 plus 9 would equal 10. N equals 9. Looking at our second equation, I'm going to start out. You could distribute, but I see I have two numbers in parentheses. I can just add those together. So I've got n times 5 plus 6 equals 5n plus 10 minus 3 gives me 7. And then 5 times n is 5n plus 6 equals 5n plus 7. And now I need to try to find a value of n that when I add 6 to it, I get the same thing as when I add 7 to it. And you will find out, in fact, there is no such number that would work. So when there's no number you can plug in to get a true statement, you would get no solution. And the reason is, if I look at a number like 2, if I plug in 2, 5 times 2 plus 6 equals 5 times 2 plus 7, I would get 10 plus 6, which is 16, equal to 10 plus 7, which is 17, and these are obviously not equal. Which brings me back to the first problem. A way you can always check your answer is to just plug in for the variable. So how do I know if 9 is a solution? I plug 9 back in. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. Does 10 equal 10? Yes, it does, which means I must have had the right answer. You can always check your work on an equation by simply plugging back in for the variable with what you think the answer should be.